All right, today real simple, just priming the model. I use spray primer. I use this Duplicolor Sandable automotive primer. I'm told that it's very similar to Privateer's, just not branded. It's always giving me a good clear coat. It says fills light scratches and sands easily, but I've never had it fill in any detail with the way that I use it. So what I did here, I got the boat and then I got the two cannons. These are really light. I'm kind of worried about them blowing away when I hit, so I just threw some tape underneath them. Taped them at an angle there so I can probably get most of the different angles. They're just moving the box around. Since I'm priming those separate, I'll prime those first. Big fan of multiple thin coats. Try to let it dry just a little bit between each one so it doesn't run so much. You don't really have to get everything completely coated in black. It's okay to have a little bit of the material showing. This really isn't to give color so much as it is to give a toothy service for the paint and to help the paint actually bond to the model. That said, I usually end up with it pretty dark anyhow. Just try to get all the angles. I oftentimes find that there's some areas I don't get hit with the primer, and I'll just throw a little bit of black paint on it. For small areas, that usually works pretty well. Normally, as I've said previously, I prefer to put everything together first and then prime it all together. I think it helps it look more like a cohesive model. But in this case, I can't get at that underdeck with these cannons in place with my brush. And that will be an area that you can see. So, all right, there's the big girl. Get this under deck. I've always found the key to priming is making sure that it's moving before you press the button in. That way you don't just sit there and spray and have like a big glob of paint running down. That's good for a first coat. Get some of the spots that I didn't quite hit in the second pass here. Try to get from the top all the angles. And yes, I am spray priming in a basement as it is cold outside without a vent hood. I haven't grown any third heads yet, but do that yourself at your own risk. These steps look better. If you do it thin enough coats, you're not too worried about plugging up all the detail. I can still see all these wood plank pieces, for example. More on this side. Main figures look pretty covered. Of course, you see all the mold lines you missed. Something going on there. But I'll be alright. And really, that's about it for today. Sort over here a little. I probably won't actually start painting this thing for a couple of days. I find that giving the primer a few days to set helps making sure it doesn't slide off or stick later. But, yeah, let's get closer. Kind of hard to see with all the black now, I'm sure. For the most part, it's covered and ready to go. Let that primer set for a day or two, at least. And it'll probably be, see, today's Tuesday, it'll probably be Thursday or Friday before I actually start putting paint on it. So I'll start broadcasting then. Bye.